Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back if you're not, and yeah, welcome to today's video. Today I thought I would show you how I organise myself, like how I plan everything to make sure that I do not have a fat existential crisis. We love being able to say the word. Okay, so basically I'm a little bit of a planning freak and I need to know what is occurring, otherwise I'm like so that's what I'm going to show you in this video. I use my Passion Planner to kind of see what's occurring on a like daily and weekly basis, and then I also use my MacBook for like a monthly overview and to break down the days even more, which you'll see in this. So yeah, keep watching. Okay, so these are all the pens I'm going to be using, and I'm just planning away. So I started with Tuesday because that's when I went back to college, so that's just when it made sense to me to start. But you'll see later in the video that I end up kind of like going back and doing Monday and stuff. We love being unorganised. Woo! But anyway, yeah, as you can see here, I'm kind of colour coding everything so that I know what's occurring, so like without even having to read anything, I can just kind of look at it and be like, okay, this is what's happening, and this is when it's happening. And you will see me quite a lot going over the edges and stuff, just because I get really annoyed at the edges when they're not all straight and everything, so that's fun. Okay, so I tend to use the same sort of blocking, but here you can see that I've used a slightly different one, and I've just done that to kind of differentiate it for me because I am at work for that whole time but not doing the same thing, so I've just used that to differentiate. And then like on the Wednesday where it says Spanish and it's a different colour, that's because that colour is my Spanish colour, but I don't have Spanish lessons like at college or anything, I do it at home. So yeah, so this is what it's looking like at first, and obviously I will go back, as you can see here, and write in what is happening. Okay, and then I've done that for every single week, and then I went on to the monthly bit, and on the monthly one I just use kind of little blocky squares of colour to work out what's happening. And like those ones that you saw then that are like just lines, that's because it's a tutorial and I don't count that as a proper lesson, so I don't do a proper block. But yeah, you can see I've already had to take something out because I just make loads of mistakes. It's just how life goes. But yeah, this is how it's looking. You can see I've got my driving test, so wonder how I did. Ooh. Spoiler alert, she only went and passed with 2 minors. Go Maya. Woo! Okay, so this is what I do on my MacBook to organise myself. So we've got a nice little monthly section. There's another one down there, you can literally just see the word October because of how big this bit got. But there's one for every month, and then that's next to a daily section for that month. And I'm just going to briefly explain like how I use both of these. So this one kind of gives me a monthly overview. It's a little bit like the monthly pages in my Passion Planner, except that I actually use words on here. And I have a weekly to-do section and a work to-do section. If I'm honest, I didn't really use the weekly to-do section this month. I tended to just use this, so I might take that out for next month. But the work to-do section I used, but like not as much as I intended I would. So I'm going to have a little review of this and see what I decide to do. But yeah, as you can see on here, it helps me just organise what is occurring. It's colour coded so I can see what is happening on a day. Oh my god, there's going to be no more yellow anymore. Anyway, I got a bit distracted then by driving. But yeah, so this is the daily section, and basically what I do is I have all these lovely columns for every single day of the week, and I colour code the week so I can see like the difference. So like I alternate between blue and grey, just so I know. And then like down here, this day is grey because it's a new week, and then like the first 6 days of October are grey as well. So then columns, I have these four for my A-level subjects, so like English, psychology, Spanish, drama for my A-level subjects, and then fitness because I'm trying to prioritise going to the gym and my health, which hasn't really worked this month, but yeah. It will do now though, now that everything is sorted and I know what's going on with college and I know what's going on with work and I can drive. That will be sorted, that'll be fine. And then got a column for work, just things I've got to do. And then I've got a want to do column, and the want to do column basically is anything that isn't to do with any of my A-level subjects or to do with fitness or to do with work. So like anything that I want to do, or anything that I am doing, sort of thing. So here, like, where is it here? Driving lesson at 2:15. That's not a want to do, that's something that is happening, but I put it in there because it's not to do with any of these, if you know what I mean. And like here, Wrexham Open Day. Why not? That there should be struck through? Probably. That should be, I just haven't done it. Also, I'm so shaky, I'm so sorry. But yeah, so what I do in here is just basically I use it as a general sort of to-do list, which I think might be why the weekly and the work to do things didn't really work, because even though I had intended to split it up a bit more, I kind of just used this. So I'll probably carry on just using this because it's working for me at the minute, and I'll get rid of those two columns for October. So as you can see, I've got things like finish, finding links for description box, so things to do with YouTube I want to do, because obviously my priority at the moment for the rest of this year is my 4 A-levels, and obviously work, and then fitness has its own section because it could go in want to do, but I'm trying to prioritise it, so that's why it's got its own section. And I reckon in October it will, because I want to go like 3 times a week to the gym. As you can see, I've not managed that, I've been once. Whoops. But hopefully, Monday, fresh start, technically the first week of October, I can go. Woo! As you can see here, obviously October is a lot smaller than the September one was, because obviously that September one literally is like the whole length of the screen, and this one isn't because it's not been filled out fully yet. This is just kind of like a little glance at what's going on, and then as the month goes on, it gets more used. So this is kind of what it will look like at the start of a month, and then I'll end up looking like September does, which means I have to move the calendar down. That's why I haven't just done every single calendar, and I do it like the month before, because otherwise it'll be like months and months and months out, so we don't want that. Yeah, what I think I'm going to do, I think over here, I'm going to get rid of this work to do column. Actually no, I'll keep the work to do just in case I use it, but I'm going to get rid of this weekly to do column, because I don't feel like I'm going to use it. So I feel like this will be a more effective use of the calendar. Obviously this is moved over, so I'm going to move it back so it's lined up, because otherwise that will really annoy me. But as you can kind of see here the difference from the start of the month, where it's fairly bare, to what it ends up like at the end of the month. So like when I show you the flip through of my Passion Planner, you'll see in there that there's not much difference between the start and the end of the month. Like when I was planning it, there's a little bit of difference obviously, but not much. But on here there's a lot of difference because I use this every single day. I use the Passion Planner just for like looking over the week and seeing what like big things I've got on in a day sort of thing, and what gaps I've got, so I know how much time I have. But no, this is what I use for like actually planning my day down to like a T. Alright, so I thought I'd just do a little flip through so you can see, once I've used it for the month, what we're looking like. Obviously the last like few days of the month aren't going to be included in this because this is going up on the 27th and that's still in September. But as you can see, the monthly page hasn't changed from when I showed it to you earlier in the video. First week of the month I didn't really use it because I wasn't back at college yet, so I only put my driving lessons in and like uploading my video and going to an open day and stuff. And then this is the first week back at college. As you can see, I didn't use down here because I just prefer my MacBook for that. I think only one week this month I actually ended up doing that. But yeah, so as you can see, got my week nicely laid out in front of me, sort of thing. So yeah, here you can see I did use it, but still not massively, because I use my MacBook for that. And like I put things to do in here, so I knew like what I was doing at what time and stuff. So that's kind of like using it down here, but you know what I mean. And then there's this week, driving test, and then things like this. So Sunday I was meant to have kickboxing, and then I was meant to have my own singing lesson, and then I was meant to teach a singing lesson, but instead with work we went backpacking at Asda for a fundraiser, so that did not happen. So crisscross, and then loving the sounds. So yeah, just nice and thing. And like here I've put, oh, beautiful focus. So yeah, like here I've got drama of like, because it was due then. Oh, beautiful. There we go. And then the first week of October is also in this month, and there is a slight difference. As you can see, there are these scribbly bits. These are for mentoring. I did actually mentor this week as well, I just didn't plan them in. I just went when I could, but then this is when I'm mentoring, so more works. As you can see, it's the same colour as my teaching colour because it's work. So then I've like scribbled it in, and then yeah, then it goes on to these pages about like reflection and all of that, and then onto October's monthly page. So I think October will definitely be a better planned out month than September was, because September was a bit hectic because start of the month I didn't know what was happening with college and stuff. Obviously, as you know from that little spoiler, I can now drive, so that means that it makes it a lot easier with me for work, because otherwise like here this I've literally got half an hour between working to get to, and choir, which is a different place completely. So now that I can drive, I can skirt myself across there. So yeah, now that everything is settled, we're nice and organised, and October will hopefully I've already popped in all the mentoring for October that I'm planning on. Look, I was meant to be doing work and stuff, but I'm at open day, so pop bits of mentoring in just to make sure I can get it done. And then half term week, woo, Halloween. I'm gonna do some lovely Halloween nails, I can't wait. But yeah, October's definitely gonna be better planned than September was, purely because I now know my college schedule, so that's already in, and I know what's happening with work, so that's already in. So it just means that we are getting there, but organised, we're not stressed, we're loving life. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and comment and subscribe if you haven't, and I hope I will see you in my next one. Woo! Oh dear. Missing someone.